Hello, everybody. Hopefully you guys are enjoying the last day of AGDQ. So yes, I am FFR Pro 21, one of many TGM1 Grandmasters, and joining me is another TGM Grandmaster.
I'm PiePusher 11. I'm primarily a TGM player, but I've dabbled in a few other Tetris games as well.
Awesome. So yes, this is Magical Tetris Challenge, Tetris game made by Capcom. Originally released for the arcades in Japan, but later released on N64, PlayStation, and Game Boy Color. For whatever reason, we didn't get the PS1 version, and the Game Boy Color version's completely different. So we're not going to talk about Game Boy Color. So yes, we are doing the Magical Tetris story mode here. First I need here is a character choice. So who is the winner and who are we going to play as?
All right. We raised an incredible amount of money for this, and in the lead is Goofy with $1,205.01.
Nice. I think we had a lot of people like the Goof Troop run earlier this week. So yes, thank you everybody for donating for your favorite characters, and also thank you for donating for expert difficulty. So we're already making an already difficult run even harder. So thank you for that. So, well, I think we're all ready.
All right, let's get it going.
Yeah. We'll actually do sort of a different count, though. So count them from 5, but instead of go, we're going to say Tetris, like they do in the classic Tetris World Championships. Only because, of course, this is a Tetris game, right? So here we go. So we're going in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, Tetris!
All right, so Magical Tetris Challenge is has a little bit of differences from the more standard Tetris games like Puyo Puyo Tetris or Tetris Effect you might be more familiar with. Instead of doing damage by giving your opponent garbage rows, what you'll be sending your opponent is these magical blocks. And you'll see FFR Pro is building up this big 2-wide combo. This seems to be the most effective way of doing a lot of damage. And as you see, his opponent has all these pentaminos there in his next queue. These are the magical blocks that are being sent to him. And basically he's making it very difficult for his opponent to play here.
Yes.
And off on the side, you'll see these flashing meters. That's the magic meter. As you clear singles, or as your opponent clears lines bigger than singles, your magic meter will fill up. And when it does, it will clear all of your board above where that meter is. And does it do something else? Does it give you?
Yeah, the next 4, I think it's 5 pieces in the next queue are guaranteed to be eyepieces. And also the next queue that you see in the middle there, that is shared between both players. So you and your opponent are both pulling pieces out.
Yeah, so there's the next queue in the middle. Either player can pull from that. But when you have magical blocks ready to go that your opponent sent to you, you have to work through all of those before you can start pulling regular pieces out of the next queue.
Yeah, you may have also seen like exclamation marks. So the your magic piece queue can only hold 14 magic pieces. And after that, the game starts changing the last piece in the queue to exclamation marks if you keep sending more. And that's where like the nasty like pyramids and diamond shapes that you really don't want.
Yeah, at that point, the pieces are huge and really tough to work with. If you get too many of those, you're pretty much dead. There's not really anything you can do at that point. So you really want to send a lot of these pieces to your opponent and make them top out.
Yeah. So yeah, the object here is to basically send all these really difficult pieces to force your opponent to top out. And that can be done when the next spawn piece overlaps with another piece that's on the board. I also saw that big 5x5 block there, so there is a counter system in this game. So when you have magic pieces stored in your queue and you clear a line, you can counter the pieces back to your opponent. And they start off as like a 2x2 square, and as you keep countering them, they grow in size. Oh, yikes. All right. That's okay. We have infinite continues, so we can just keep trying. But yeah, unfortunate. But that's puzzle RNG for you. That can just happen. There's sometimes nothing you can do about it.
Yeah, these big counter pieces can be pretty deadly, especially when you're already pretty high up on your board. So hopefully we don't see too much more of that.
Yeah, hopefully not, but we'll see what happens here. I think we might have time for a donation here.
Absolutely. I have $50 from Hemlock that says Mario all stages, that's beans. More GDQ, that's beans. Preventing cancer, that's beans. And thank you so much for that, because we do have an upgrade to all stages incentive open for Super Mario Bros. The Lost Levels. So just a reminder that that's happening. We also have $50 from Anonymous that just says, hooray! Time for a couple more?
Yeah, sure, you can get a couple more in.
Absolutely. I have $100 from incredible name Trans Gangars that says, I rolled a nat 20, $100 it is. And $250 from, excuse me while I try and pronounce this, Feniro with no comment. So thank you so much for that. We love to share the love with you.
So yeah, as you see here, because Donald filled up the magic meter, the next few pieces become eye pieces. So magic meter can help you like set up for like a big comeback.
Yeah, definitely, especially if your board is set up already to clear a few Tetrises. You can get a lot of them really quickly if you fill up your magic meter and have those eye pieces ready.
Okay, we should have Donald here. Nice. There we go. All right, so here I'm gonna slightly change up my strategy here. So I'm still gonna build up the same 2 wide, but I'm not gonna bang down the combo all at once. Because if you do a really big combo right at the start of a stage, then the difficulty of the AI actually jacks way up in difficulty. So
yeah, I guess the game's saying like, hey, you're pretty good at this game. Let's make it harder for you.
yeah, it's almost like you get punished for playing too good.
So try to keep the combos a little bit smaller here. but still overall a similar strategy. Yeah, and apparently the AI continues getting better throughout the rest of the game if you do that, doesn't it?
Yeah, basically it would make this AI harder for the rest of the stage, and then the AI becomes way harder for the rest of the game. So it's kind of a little bit of AI manipulation to try to have it not be so hard for when we get to the late stages.
Even harder than it already is on Expert.
Yeah, you basically make expert mode then like master difficulty.
Do you have time for a quick donation?
Yeah, sure, go for it.
Absolutely. $100 from Poochie.exe that says, had to donate for Magical Tetris Challenge. It is such an underrated gem. Nice to see FFR Pro back at GDQ. Best of luck on the run.
Thanks, Poochie. Yeah, shout out to Poochie, who has done a task of this game, and it's completely ridiculous. Should go check it out. Okay, I'm gonna have to improvise here. I'm not getting eyepieces.
Pretty big well there in the middle.
Oh, there we go. Yeah, that 1x5 eyepiece is one of the more common eyepieces to show up when you send an attack.
Yeah, it can be really tricky sometimes if you're building expecting an eyepiece and you just sort of waiting it out, and it never shows up, and your stack can get really, really messed up if that happens sometimes.
Yeah, it's almost like the game wants to be like NES Tetris, where just an endless eyepiece drought. Eyepieces should help here.
Yeah, we've got a lot of garbage to clear through here, but
Okay, we're live for now.
you see the magic meter can really help get you out of a
I was not
tough
expecting
situation,
that.
and
I was not expecting that to happen. Yeah, okay, well. Puzzle RNG, everybody. It's such a wonderful thing.
yeah, like you said, those big pieces can be really deadly.
But then at the same time, those big pieces, especially those 5x5 squares, can backfire if you give a bunch to your opponent. I've certainly had that happen lots of times. It's not fun.
If your stack is perfectly flat and you're getting a lot of those 5x5 pieces, you're actually getting basically free Pentresses because it'll fill up half the board with one of them and then half the board with the other. But most of the time your board's not perfectly flat and accommodating for that, so it can be pretty rough if you're not.
Okay, no, we're fine. Oh, we may not be fine. Oh, no clutch IVs.
Oh.
No, I covered the well. No. I expected that piece to lock, and it didn't lock. All right. All right, well, try again.
You got this.
Do we have time for a couple more donations?
Yeah, go for it.
Awesome. I have $25 from Anonymous that says, this run is very goofy. And $10 from Curry that reads, had to donate during my favorite Tetris game. This one is amazing to play with a friend, and there is still no Tetris as fun as this.
There we go. There's a couple puntresses there.
That was really nice. There we go.
Oh boy. Yeah, Weasel was not playing nice there, that's for sure, but 2 more stages. Hopefully we get through them. Also, best song in the game right here. Counter those. Should be fine here. Okay, yeah, we're fine. Oh boy. All right, we might be in trouble here. Ooh, this is not good. Oh, we're gonna survive?
Wow.
Oh my goodness. I think we lose this one. Oh, good battle. That was a good battle. Yes, it's a rough game. It's a very, very rough game, but it's all right. We're gonna power our way through this.
One thing we forgot to mention earlier, up in the top middle there's that clock that says level 1 on it right now. And so after, I don't know how long it is, like 15, 20 seconds or so.
It's after 35 seconds.
35 seconds. It'll change to level 2 right here, and basically you'll be, the magical pieces that you're sending will be harder and harder to deal with. So as the game goes on, you'll be basically sending stronger attacks back and forth.
Yeah, you're basically sending more magic pieces per line cleared. For the eyepiece. Really needed that.
Nice. Music in this game is so cool. It's very, very funky.
Oh my goodness. I don't think we can survive this, no. Oh boy.
Y'all, can we get some more hype for FFR? This is absolutely incredible to see him going through this. This is so cool to watch still.
Yeah, I've ran a lot of puzzle games for a lot of marathons, so I am familiar with when RNG goes very, very wrong, so it's all right. It's all right, guys. Okay. So something there. Oh my goodness, we're getting absolutely crushed here. I don't think this magic meter even helps me at all.
Yeah, because it puts eyepieces into the next queue, but if you have a bunch of magic pieces coming, you have to clear through all of those, so you're basically just giving all of them to your opponent.
Oh boy. Alright. Alright, one last go here.
Yeah, I played this game earlier in the week a bit, and I could not even get past the third stage on normal. So this game is brutal.
Yeah, unfortunately, the Tetris gods were not shining on me today, but... Oh dear. Give me an eyepiece. Okay, good. Oh, do we finally have him?
There we go.
Finally, hey. All right, last stage here. So this is Pete, and he does not play nice at all. So, but let's see if we can just first try this. Intentionally play a little slow here. Just way out this timer.
Yeah, I was waiting out the timer so that it goes to level 2, so he's able to send more magic pieces to the opponent here.
Oh, we got him. All right, get ready on time. And time. There we go. We got a high score for GDQ there. Oh, what was the final time on that?
Your final time was 28:38, and absolutely incredible work. That was so cool to see.
Yeah, that was... AI was not playing nice today, but that is what happens when you deal with some pretty ruthless puzzle RNG. So yeah, hopefully you guys enjoy it. Yeah, shout outs to all the puzzle speedrunners, the League of Puzzle Speedrunners Discord, all the Tetris Discords like TGM, Hard Drop, and all that. And yes, thank you, Pie Pusher. It's kind of a rough run, but we got through it.
Good job.
And yes, thank you, GDQ, for allowing me to showcase this game. And thank you, everybody, for donating for your favorite characters and expert difficulty and all that stuff. So, yeah, there we go. Thank you, everybody, for watching. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. And hopefully you guys enjoy the rest of the marathon.
Yeah, so it can get that bad.
It can. We try not to, though. We do a lot of work. The hosts do a lot of prep to make sure we don't get into that state.
Yes, we do. We want to give them the tools to be able to react in those kind of situations, but those situations absolutely can come up, and we want them to be ready.
Exactly, and it starts so far back as well, right? Even before the event, there's an audition process to bring people in, and we redid the event this year, actually. Do you want to talk about the new process and how that works?
Yeah, so we really wanted to have an audition that felt like a live experience. It felt like a hosting shift, so you could get just a little taste ahead of the actual experience, what it would be like to be there and be in the host chair with the host mic. So we had live donations coming in. You didn't know what you were going to be seeing ahead of time, except for the exact same things you'd be seeing and getting ahead of your actual host shift. So the blurbs that you'll be reading for our sponsors, any of what run you're going to be hosting for, the runner's name and pronouns, all that kind of information that you'd have ahead of time, but then everything else is live, just like it would be when you're here.
And with that, though, live can obviously be really stressful. So there's a lot that we do to try to make sure that people feel prepared. The more prepared you are as a host, the more confident you can feel. I know I'm a super anxious person, so the more information I have, the better I feel like I'm going to be doing.
For sure.
So for the audition, we had Q&A sessions. We had a practice session that people could do. And then for the actual event, for those who join our hosting team, we have orientations ahead of time where people can learn everything there is to know about hosting. We had video guides for all the tech that was involved, because there's a lot of different screens you've got to look at, as you can see in that video.
You've got this over here, you've got this, you've maybe got a tablet, you've got this, you got the live feed. So there's all, and then not to mention all the tabs that you're going to have open with all the different donations to read. Make sure the blurbs are up, make sure you've got extra information if you want to read that. So yeah, there's it's a big juggling act the whole time. Some of the stuff that was amazing on getting this position and starting to plan for GDQ, for the AGDQ 2024, was how far ahead we really started working on things.
Yes. From
coming up with all the audition material, what we wanted that to be, what we wanted our orientations to look like, when we wanted to start putting out the calls. The call for all volunteers comes way ahead, months ahead of the actual event. And just how far ahead we're planning and stuff, it just blows my mind. And I'm sure once we get home from this, we'll probably very quickly be starting for SGDQ, which is exciting. And then also, we're already thinking that far ahead.
But that's part of it, right? Wanting to make sure that we create an environment where everyone feels ready to go, right? In order to make sure that everyone else has the confidence, we need to be confident in what we're putting out there. So our trainings, we want them to be perfect. All our orientations, we want them to be valuable. We want everything to be perfectly polished.
Yep.
And we appreciate that our volunteers work with us when sometimes, things slip through. We get those last minute changes. This is a live event. So of course, as we go through the week, sometimes we update plans and processes. But Everyone's been so patient, flexible, adaptable with us. We really have a fantastic team of volunteers.
We
We're
absolutely
so lucky.
do. They're so fantastic. And we are really open to feedback. We really try to solicit feedback from all of our volunteers, everybody at every step in the process, so we can continue to iterate on the process to make sure people feel like they got feedback on how their audition went if they want that. So they can know, actionable things that they can do to try to improve their auditions for next time, or if they got in, just what they did great, what to keep doing, and what to even maybe polish a little bit more if they wanted to. And again, only if you want that. We're not like coming down with this big hammer of, oh, I didn't. We try to keep it very positive and constructive so people can grow and continue to volunteer in the future.
Exactly. Well, prep looks different for everyone, as you can imagine. Some hosts really want to take things very loose, very flexible as they go through the event, a little bit more improv. Not me. I brought my binder. I bring a binder to every event with handwritten notes on every single run that I host for to make sure that I feel as prepared as possible. But this is in addition to those orientations. So we do orientations to train on hosting skills. We have workshop materials to sort of step people's game up if they're ready for some additional challenges in hosting. And then we want to make sure that we're part of the runner's run. We want to make sure we're with them, we respect that, and we're doing our best to support their runs as well. So becoming familiar with them, their games, their communities, are all other ways that hosts start to get prepared and start to be ready for that all-important day of your shift.
That's right. And when we're hosting, we're there watching for the people from your community reaching out. If you've provided any kind of hashtag so we can identify them, if you've given us names, if you've given us memes to look out for or to not look out for, we don't want any honks during this run. Totally fine. We support all of that. We will help you out as a runner to make sure you're having a great experience as well. And with so many runs, memes end up happening in the run, and we try to read from you whether you want us to lean into them or lean out of them, save you from them. So there's a lot that we're juggling to try to help facilitate your experience and enhance your experience where we can by bringing you all the love that's coming in from your amazing run that you're doing.
My experience with hosts has been amazing. They've basically been one of my best friends through the entire process. Not literally best friends, but best friends in the sense of helping me figure out what's going on with this whole process, keeping in contact with me throughout it, talking to me like a week beforehand, making sure that I'm ready for my run, and then especially through the run itself, just picking me up and elevating me and my run and everything that I'm able to do and making it so much better than what it would have been if it was just me or just the commentators or any of that, but really connecting it to the whole process, the charity, making sure that everything feels like a connected piece of a bigger puzzle as opposed to just everything being separate. The hosts for me have always seemed so cool and calm and collected from the outside looking in, but I auditioned to be a host, and let me tell you, I saw a little bit of the background, the workings, having to find all these different donations, having to find the best ones to read, having to keep the flow going, and it's a really hard process. I auditioned to host, and I was not cut out for the job. These hosts do so much and are so incredibly talented at what they do and have to juggle just 100 things all at once that are on the stage, behind the stage, off the stage entirely, and everything that they have to do and put it all together to make such an amazing show that has to go on live minute after minute after minute, and every single part of it has to be perfect or flawless, or maybe it isn't, but that's okay because the host can make up for that and can keep the show going and keep it such an amazing event as it always is every year.
Some of those opening screens that you see, as a host, we actually have 4 screens live right now as we go through our shifts. We've got one with a dashboard that gives us up-to-date information on things like incentives, prizes, bid wars, all those things that you're donating toward. We want to make sure we're keeping you up to date on those. We have another screen that's where all the donations come in, but also where we talk about our sponsors, where we have other materials that we can read from. We have another screen that's the stream, so we can actually see what's happening in the video game itself. And there's Discord, because there's a ton of departments that we work with. We want to make sure we're coordinating with the entire tech crew to put on the smoothest show possible.
Yeah, absolutely. During an actual host shift, you'll be communicating with the director who's running the stream. You'll be communicating with us, the host coordinators. You could be communicating with donations and with games committee to try to watch out for certain donations. And we really want to push this incentive. So make sure when you're jumping in, you're reminding people about it. So there's communications that are happening the entire time. You're not just sitting there isolated by yourself. You've got a lot of support from a lot of different people to make sure you have what you need. And one of my favorite things that Char does as co-coordinator is remind people, if you stub your toe and you need ice on your foot, we'll come over and we'll run and we'll get that ice for your foot. Whatever you need while you're on your shift, we as the host co-coordinators are trying to be there for you for that.
And especially for someone's first shift, right? That first time you go up to the host desk, it's difficult to feel fully prepared because that's the first time you actually are in the workflow managing all of these things coming in at once. You have like 3 minutes to quickly update your name, log into the tracker, get your donations sorted, plan for your next break. Like, oh, there's so many things happening. So for everyone's first shift this event, we had them shadow a different host first so they could see the workflow from sort of the second person point of view. And then we actually paired them up with a buddy for their first shift. So you had someone with you in those all-important starting moments, supporting you, helping you out with any of those last-minute questions or concerns that came up. And that's something that we've gotten really positive feedback on.
Yeah.
So I'm excited that people are willing to help each other out, right? These are volunteers who are already volunteering for hosting shifts, and they're volunteering extra to help their fellow hosts. And we love this community so much and how we support each other.
Something that we know about the hosting community is that they will be jumping out of their chairs to help out each other. They're so positive. If they need somebody there with them, a host will come down from their room here at the hotel and just come out on stage, right back to that hosting desk to help them out. There's no shortage of love for the community from the volunteers and from outside. We want you and your unique perspective and your unique personality because that's what helps create these amazing moments on stage between the runners and the charity and the donations and everything.
Absolutely. And the worst parts of our job is that we can't take everyone. And
Absolutely.
we hate that. There are so many more people who are incredible, who we'd love to have up here. And so if you've auditioned and maybe weren't able to make it out to this event, please come back. Please submit again. We would love to keep seeing you come through because we do want to give everyone a chance at hosting. It's so cool. This event, we had, I think, 7 people who had not hosted for a GDQ before. So I know sometimes you see all the mainstays. Sometimes people say, oh, I saw all these people in auditions. I was nervous. I didn't think that I would make it when I saw these other names there. And that's not the case.
Yeah.
It's incredible to see new people come in. We love to get that new energy, that new perspective on the process. And
Absolutely.
watch them just do a great job supporting the event and the charity.
It's so exciting to get new people coming in because they add that fresh energy to the hosting team, and we absolutely want you to come in and give it a shot. We are very focused on making sure there's always new hosts. Don't think that just because you're new means that you don't have a chance, because you absolutely do, and we want you to try.
I've been around for many years at GDQ, and I remember when hosts were just whoever was in the room. Just get them on the mic, read off the donations, whatever. And over the years, I remember being part of the process where we decided, oh, we need to start having, so many people wanted to do it, we had to do auditions. Like, as I have a theater background, like all of a sudden it was like we were casting for a play and we could only take like the top like 25 people or whatnot. So many people have come out of the woodworks to want to offer up their talents to be a part of this amazing event. And I think it is such an important role to get right, because at the end of the day, that voice is the connecting piece between everybody, the runners, the audience, everybody getting hyped, everybody at home trying to send their stories, whether it's something funny where you want to get behind a new meme or something, and they're really driving that humor and making sure that we're all having a good time. The vibes are good. Or they're trying to tell the runner that they are just doing an amazing job. Community members that couldn't make it to that event, all of a sudden they get to tell you, hey, you just nailed that trick. We're so proud of you all up here. Or beautiful stories, sometimes extremely sad stories, the stories we need to hear about people having to fight all the different, obviously working with the Prevent Cancer Foundation, Doctors Without Borders, getting to get real stories that hit home for a lot of people and kind of bringing you back down to reality that, yeah, we're playing games, we're having a good time, but we're also doing all this for amazing causes. I think it's a really good way of the hosts have done such a good job over the years of balancing all of those at once, knowing how to read the room in a way to know when I want to give something funny, when I want to give something inspirational. I think the biggest worry for every host is making sure they're not saying the wrong thing. Is just feeling like, oh, am I going to say something that's going to either step on the toes of the runner on stage? It's going to somehow come off disrespectful in any way, or like you're making it about yourself. I think at the end of the day, I would tell any host, I don't even know if we're necessarily looking for advice, is make it at the end of the day, you are the voice. You're making it about the runner, the run, and trying to relay all the information from home, from all the generous donors, with all their beautiful stories, their goofy stories, whatever it might be. I know a lot of hosts have definitely gotten scared of that process. We've had stories in the past of, people said stuff that they shouldn't have said and whatnot, or like they don't know what things mean. I think at the end of the day, don't overthink it. Because hosting is already a really hard thing to do. Anybody can tell you who's been up there, because you have to have this, I guess I consider it some form of stage presence, right? Where you have to be able to read the room and know exactly, yes, this is what needs to be read in this moment. And make sure you're not undercutting a funny part with a sad part, or you're not, doing vice versa in any way. So I think that's kind of the biggest stuff you have to overcome. But at the end of the day, there are hundreds of people that audition to be a host for GDQ every single 6 months, and only a very small group get to do it. If you get in, you are enough. You are awesome. You are worth it. You are very talented. You have a beautiful voice. We would love to have you up there. So don't question yourself beyond that.
This is my favorite place to be, and hosts, I think, are one of the biggest parts of making it special and making it really feel like a connected community.
And that's the thing, even with all the chaos, it's all worth it. When everything comes together, you're able to help create those magical moments for the stream. People walk off their shift feeling so excited about how they contributed to charity. It's amazing.
And we as host coordinators get to work with amazing volunteers from all over the globe as part of this, all helping to support these wonderful charities that GDQ supports. So as the co-coordinators, thank you so much for everything that you do.
Thank you to the hosting team. We appreciate each and every one of you.
Okay, that video was absolutely incredible, and I have to say, I am a first-time host here at AGDQ, and this has been such a wonderful experience. I cannot overstate how supportive and wonderful Char and Kyle and the whole hosting community have been. I adore each and every one of you, and I have felt just so much love and support through this, so thank you so much. I love y'all. But with that in mind, I don't want to keep you waiting. That last run kind of made me a little hungry, a little rumbly in my tumbly. Maybe I could order something for delivery? I was thinking Go Hamster Chef. Does anybody want to start a group order?